Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. You know this had Heyman's fingerprints all over it. This was so different than anything else that they've done in so long. Another different thing stands out. Imagine that. I watched the package. What'd you think of the package beforehand? The history package, the Samoan family tree, the family rivalry, the old family pictures.
I actually missed the package.
What?
Yeah, when I clicked on the, go to this match, it didn't have the package.
Well, that's when you back up.
I should have.
Oh my God, I can't believe you didn't see it. They took the family pictures of these guys that have grown up around each other all their lives when they were playing football, when they were it looked like grade school, and told the family rivalry story. And that, and they use each other's real names, which I don't think anybody is, I don't think anybody thinks that Roman Reigns' Christian name was Roman Reigns. But it was real. And they had the footage of Afa and Sika. They had comments. They had footage of the whole Samoan family and Rikishi. And they talked about that Roman Reigns has always been the guy that was like the chosen one, or the guy that everybody talked about and made over. And he was the star. He was the big shot, which played into this match. And they did a beautiful job of making it legitimate, a family rivalry, because, family issues in wrestling can be bullshit. But they even had a video of when, after one of their football games, when they're walking off the field together as kids. So this felt real. I wish that Jey Uso did not wrestle in white sneakers. That was very distracting. And he needs tights that stay up rather than them fucking... It looked like he was wearing windbreaker pants. I really...
It looked like he's wearing the pants you wear nowadays.
No, mine are not shiny. Mine are comfy. No, he looked like he was wearing the slick kind of windbreaker type material pants. But anyway, get some tights, Jay. I'm just begging you to. Why does everybody feel like they have to wear sneakers now and tennis shoes and these offbeat street clothes outfits to be different when that's what everybody's wearing? But anyway, you can see this is actually, when you think about it, have we watched to do critiques on anything, another full-length Roman Reigns match? This was the most Roman Reigns I've ever seen. And you can see why they've wanted to push him to the moon since the start. Size, body, look, charisma, voice, promo ability, his work.
And you could see why it was a mistake pushing him as a friendly babyface since the Shield broke up.
Yes, because what a badass. But for everybody, I feel so bad for now that I've watched him and see that there's absolutely nothing wrong with this guy and what a fucking talent he is. I just feel bad that the people hijacked him several years ago for poor old Bryan Danielson. But it just goes to show you that the people were mad at Vince, that this guy does nothing. He has no chink in his weak spot in his game where he shouldn't be a main event guy. All the smart fans just mad, don't want Vince to have what he wants. Anyway, as I said, this match, this was completely different than the Finn Balor-Kyle O'Reilly match because this match was not intended to elevate Jey Uso as a single. Although it may have just because of his never say die attitude and not wanting to quit here. But it was to tell a story that people could get into and make Roman Reigns an unquestioned heel. And Heyman was all over this. You could just tell. Roman Reigns throws a nice right, too. Uso was over his head, but he wouldn't quit. He wouldn't back down. When they got into the trash talking at first, and it was mic'd so well, I wasn't sure how I felt about it just because it was mic'd so well. I was like, well, how did they know he was going to talk to him? They never do this. But as it went on, it was good. You got into it, and when he was saying, just horrible shit to this fucking guy. Like, call me the chief. You're a piece of shit. Put me over. You got excited when Jey Uso got openings and fired up. And he hit a good comeback and then hit the 2 dives with impact and a reason for them, and didn't look like that hokey shit where Reigns was just standing there waiting to catch him. And it got a couple of great false finishes for the 2 7/8 where you, holy shit, and then you could buy, is there going to be an upset? And then they took it away from him again. When Uso hit that splash off the top rope and Roman Reigns kicks out with a nut shot. That was fucking nice. I loved that. Then he hit that spear, and then they just started taking their time. Call me the chief. I'm the head of the table. And Jey Uso, instead of overselling like Velveteen Dream was, trying to make somebody happy, keep his job or whatever, Jey Uso was real selling, but he was groveling selling, but he wouldn't give up. Did you see at one point, he looks like a Samoan Sean Waltman. Jey Uso does, when he had that cell face on. And finally, and when Roman Reigns goes crazy full heel on him and beating the shit out of him, tells off Charles Robinson, Little Nate, and Jey Uso is practically puking. And Roman Reigns, your children are watching. What a fucking, that's where, as soon as he said your children are watching, I'm like, Heyman, you're a fucking genius. And then his brother comes out with a towel, wants to throw it in. It was a little stagey there for me, dog. A little pitchy there. Maybe they milked it a little too long just for the quality of thespian skills that everybody possessed. But finally he throws in the towel, and fucking Roman Reigns won't quit beating on him for a while. I hated the fake booing here worse than anywhere else, because just leave it out, because they were doing such a good job and it was serious. But this is the kind of thing, I haven't seen any of the feedback really, because I've been, as I mentioned before, trying to deal with the reopening of the Cornette's Collectible store for most of my time. But I would think that a lot of old time wrestling fans probably liked this because it was different. You actually got a little heat. And a lot of the new fans didn't like it because it wasn't a clean finish and a high work rate and a bunch of fucking moves and 27 near falls. But what do I know? What did everybody think? I thought it was fucking phenomenal.
I haven't seen any negative feedback about it. I think everyone thought it was phenomenal.
Well, good.
And the only things I didn't like were the actual ambiance. I hated the fake crowd noise throughout the entire match. Not just the booing, but throughout the entire match. And the commentators, Michael Cole just screaming at you throughout the entire match. If you want to scream during a match,
I thought that was Vic Joseph.
I don't know who they are at this point anymore.
I'm just kidding you. I couldn't tell. Actually, I can't tell the difference.
But start here. Jim Ross didn't begin any of those great Flair Steamboat matches screaming at you and then scream throughout the entire match. Start screaming when the near falls happen. Or something exciting happens. When you're just yelling past me for the entire match, I hate the commentary. And this commentating team sucks. Royally sucks.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it.
But anyway, it's a great piece of business. And Reigns, I think, would have a ton of heat with people in the buildings now. And he, obviously, he's young, so by the time people get back in the buildings, hopefully they won't have switched him back babyface by then.
How many years did they waste? How many years did they waste pushing him? I don't even know if pushing's the right word. Shoving him as the friendly babyface with the jokes and smiling. Everyone said...
What's it been, 5 years, right?
It's been like 5 years, yeah. Ever since the Shield broke up. He was the badass in the Shield. People couldn't wait to see more of him, and then they made him Smiling Diesel.
If he had done this directly out of that and done this for a couple of years, then they could have switched him babyface, and the people wouldn't have resented him because he would have already shown how good he was. Anyway, I digress.
Well, that was the main event to WWE's Clash of the Champions.
And before anybody else asked, no, we didn't look at the rest of it. So.
No, we did not.